I'm Alan Worden. I have a company called Scout Real Estate Capital, and we're generally in the resort business, but it's really driven by the notion that the tennis ball and the garden hose is affluent, leisure-focused baby boomers. And so they need services like real estate and resorts and clubs. And so we develop products that meet their needs. I spent about 10 years building a series of companies, going through a divorce, going through Lehman's bankruptcy, the largest bankruptcy in world history. And I realized a couple months ago I'm pretty tired. I looked at everything I had on my plate. I delegated a lot of it to people who are running the businesses. And I realized the most important thing I could do was invest in the asset, meaning me. So I'm now the CEO of AW Wellness, which is just my life and trying to get healthy. As a friend of mine said, CEO, Chief Exercise Officer. And Bill and Robert are helping me with that. But that's my priority. And then my secondary priority is looking at new opportunities. And as I do that, I'm working with Robert and Bill to work on efficiency, productivity, and acceleration. So I have a little time to take a deep breath and regroup and improve the set of tools I have in my toolbox and get ready for the next adventure, all the while making wellness a big priority. One of the breakthroughs was I'm part of another entrepreneurs group with someone who's been working with Bill and Robert. And he presented in January and he said, I found these guys and my goal is to be 10 times more productive. And this is a guy who is one of the most productive people I know. So it's sort of like Michael Phelps saying, I'm training for the Olympics and I want to triple the number of gold medals. I'm like, that's, no way. And I had the same reaction with Chris. And here we are 6 months later, I guess, and Chris just presented on how he has gotten 10 times more productive. So that was a curiosity when he mentioned it 6 months ago. I talked to Bill and Robert 3 months ago because he was on a path. And now I'm seeing the fruits of their labor on my behalf, and Chris is just sprinting and sprinting and sprinting. So that was a big breakthrough. My observation is men are in an incredible vice, right? We're getting pushed to be great husbands, great friends, great to ourselves, great to our kids, great business people, great to our community. And this can really feel like, we're getting strangled. And then, your self-esteem, the most annoying voice in your life can be that voice in your head saying, I didn't do a very good job at that meeting, or, my wife's upset I didn't take her out to dinner this week, or whatever it is. And I think with Bill and Robert, what's unfolding for me is the idea of turning that absolutely upside down and sort of taking me and through tools and, good, smart business counseling and some wisdom of their lives, figuring out how to accelerate in each of those areas. So I feel like I'm not only getting ahead of the stress, but I'm actually moving forward. So I've worked with them for 2 or 3 months, and I would say my stress level is reduced by 50% and my productivity is probably tripled. I think I'd say, look, we all make investments every day and every week and every month in our lives and our businesses. And one big investment is time, and the other investment is capital. And so you can look at working with Bill and Robert and think, it's a lot of capital. It's not an insignificant amount of money. The question is, can you imagine getting a return on your investment? And when you look at time, we only have so much time. We like to be more productive. To me, there's a great connection between those two ideas with these guys, where you are going to absolutely get a return on your investment. There's no question that my business will grow, my personal life will grow, and that in the end, in a year, looking back on it, I think this is going to be one of the best investments I've made in my career, and certainly this year. And we're only here for a certain amount of time. You're investing in all sorts of things, social media, advertising, people in your business. This, I think, far and away is your best investment.